So why do runners run an early season indoor race after the cross country season before they rest up? Because indoor is the winter track is the longest season of all the three seasons. Well, there's a reason why. Okay, I'm gonna get into it right now, and this is it's important too, and it's most predominantly middle distance runners and distance runners. Okay, and I'm gonna get into. I went live yesterday. I talked about some people had some questions, and recently I had a discussion with a college coach who asked me why that happened. It was a good question. It's an important question, so I want to give you some information and reasons why. Okay. By the way, if you're a coach or an athlete and if somehow you're not subscribed to this channel yet, please hit that button. Okay, because we talk about stuff like this that's not usually talked about in a lot of other areas. So, but they're absolutely important pieces to learn as an athlete and a coach. Okay, and I want to share it with you. And hit the notification bell while you're at it too. That way you're always at the front of the line when videos come in, live streams come in, you know what's going on. So I thank you so much for that. Now, if you notice, for those that follow college track and cross country and high school track and cross country, well, the first meet, Parker Valby from University of Florida broke the women's NCAA 5K record. Graham Blanks from Harvard University broke the men's NCAA 5K record. She ran 14:56 for women. He ran 13:03 for the men. He not only broke the NCAA record, but he also got under the Olympic standard too of 13:05. So it was a double whammy for him. Okay, but so they parlayed their cross country fitness into running a super early track meet. And what that does, they secured not only NCAA records, but they got automatic qualifiers for the NCAA. So they don't have to race that event again the entire season. They could just show up to nationals. Okay. And that matters. This is one reason why athletes do this. Okay, not everybody, but certain ones do. You can parlay your fitness into an early season qualifier. High school runners can do the same thing. There are national scholastic indoor time qualifiers that you could parlay the fitness off of NXN or Foot Locker or whatnot and go in and run a fast time early, get that out of the way, and then you can rest up and then you can start rebuilding for the long season. That way, you're not having to race so many times because the fact is, the indoor/winter season is much longer than cross country, and it's even more long. It's even longer than outdoor track and spring track. So that's where you can kind of time this accordingly. And for those that have seen my other videos, I put out videos on if particularly if you're a middle distance runner and you're not really running cross country races, but you want to test yourself throughout the way while you're training during the fall so that you can see how well you transition, how ready you are for the track season. There's ways to test yourselves every couple of weeks. So I would encourage you to take a look at those videos, or I'll even do a live stream on that if you want. So put in the comments if you have some questions or you want me to do a live stream on that. We'll talk about it. Okay, and I'll give you a breakdown of why and how I do it with athletes that I coach. So, and I'm speaking from 2 decades of coaching experience as well. I'm also USATF certified coach and a Wharton certified and trained musculoskeletal flexibility therapist. So, I am speaking from extensive experience, and then this is the type of stuff that I want you to have uh, access to and knowledge of, so you can benefit in so many ways. Whether you're a coach, I want you to be a better coach. Whether you're a runner, I want you to be a better runner. I want you to know these types of things. This stuff should not be only accessible to the super fast and elite. It should be accessible to you too. Okay, that's one reason why I do this. One reason I have 400 plus videos on the channel. But there's ways, okay? If you're a middle distance runner, again, let's just say you want to run a fast 800 and see how ready you are. You can either do, let's just say cross country is a 12-week season. What I have certain folks do is folks that are 400, 800, right? I'll test them at week 4 at 400, test them at week 5. I mean, at week 8 at 500, test them week 12 at 600. Okay, at 100 meters per test. Okay, and see whether you can either match that time or run a little bit faster and a little bit longer at the same time. Okay, and this is after a workout. Let's just say a tempo run or VO2 max reps. So your heart rate's already up, your body's already warmed up. This is a way of testing yourself afterward when you're already fatigued to see how well you are training and gaining fitness. Okay, and if you're 800 meter slash miler, instead of 400, 500, 600, I do 400, 600, and 800. Okay, if you happen to be an 800 slash miler, and generally this applies mostly to the college athletes. So there's more middle distance runners of 800, 1500 meter mold that don't run college cross country races than high school because you're training for 8K and 10K in cross country, 6K for the women, and you're training for mostly 5K in high school. So the differences and the distance between the races that you're training for are a little bit different. So those have to be taken into applicable as well. But there's other certain things of, oh, how do I know, okay, that I'm ready to test myself, or that I'm even ready to transition into track smoothly and run a fast early season qualifier, or just transition into track smoothly. Period. Well, there's a couple of things. With the college athletes that I do, people are training for 8K and 10K, a steady diet of VO2 max running at 3K and 5K pace, incorporated within the training that you do already, is a great way of touching base with track race events pace and so on, because you're not going to run anything longer than 5K in an indoor season. Okay. And being able to touch a 3K, 5K pace will give you an idea of how well you can not only transition, but how well your speed's parlaying upward when you go into the longer races. So it gives you an idea how sharp you are too. Okay. That's one way of doing it. And then, regards to the high school athletes who are training for mostly 5K, this is one reason why I have a kind of a 2-week cycle or a 3-week cycle that's repeatable, where you have threshold and tempo running, which is generally done in half marathon pace, or a little bit faster for threshold reps, mostly closer to 10K pace. 5K pace stuff, 3K pace stuff, and then 800 mile pace stuff. And you have a well-balanced training attack. Okay, well-balanced training cycle that you could repeat multiple times. So you're touching base with all the paces you need to touch base with. So not only keeps you sharp and competitive and fit for cross country, but it eases your transition into the track races and track events as well. So, and this is another reason why I encourage folks to do a mile time trial early season or before the season starts, and then even late in the season, where you can see how well your mile time and mile fitness has progressed. And if you're doing it the right way, if you're training at the right training paces, you should see a significant improvement. But it'll also give you an idea with the miles, how close am I, or how close are my athletes to getting a qualifier for something? And does it make sense to hold on a little longer, a week or two, and parlay that fitness into a fast track race? It'll give you a good idea. So if you're running another mile time trial, or even a 3K time trial to a degree for college athletes, maybe 2 weeks out from cross country, or the week of nationals, let's just say, or regionals, if you know your team's going to make nationals, or if they have already made nationals, this is a way of not only seeing how ready they are for track, but it also gives them a hard bout of running super fast, which generally, if you saw the NCAA cross country championships, they went out at 4-minute mile pace almost for the first mile. 2:29 through the thousands, 4-minute mile pace for 10K on a hard course. Okay. And they still ran fast. So these types of things are applicable in cross country too. And the only harder cross country race that I can think of in the world is World Cross Country Championships, than NCAA cross. So that's as good as you're going to get, NCAA cross country, if you're not running the World Cross Country Championships. So, but these are the types of things: mile time trials in the beginning of the season and towards the end of the season, or a steady diet of VO2 max at 3K and 5K pace for the collegiate athletes, or well-balanced training attack for your high school athletes. And these are the types of things that not only sharpen you up for cross country, help you transition to track, but also give you an idea of whether an early season race to hopefully secure an early season qualifier at the high school or college level is feasible or makes sense. So let me know if this makes sense, folks. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this, if it helps you, and then just give me your feedback in the comments one way or the other. And again, for those that have seen my videos, know you have direct access to me for questions. blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com is my email address. Use it. Don't be afraid to use it. Okay, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer questions. And if you want me to do a live stream for something, we can do a live stream. If you want me to do a Zoom meeting with you, if you're a coach and you want to have some more personalized discussion, we can do that as well. I'll make myself available to you. So, but I wanted to talk about this one today because this is a very important topic. And right now, we're basically in the transition, right? We just surpassed the transition from cross country to track. And maybe this will dawn upon, maybe you're saying, okay, I had some athletes here that I might have benefited from. And I should have probably done it a couple weeks earlier, but somebody actually just lit the light bulb in my brain and asked me the question about a week and a half ago. It was a great question, so I thanked the coach for it, and it makes all the sense in the world, which is why I want to do this video. So, but have a great day, everybody. Have a great season. Train hard, train smart, and I'll talk to you next time. Oh, by the way, happy holidays to all of you.